references to a forger named Fade in CSEC crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to CSEC, a Drell recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
Okay. So, there's a couple of things I want to do here. For one thing, I think one of the reasons why Kelly has not offered to feed my fish is because right now there's no fish in there. So I think I have to repurchase the fish before Kelly will offer to do that. So that's one of the things I want to make sure I try and get again.
My favorite store on the Citadel.
There it is. Ooh, a Sovereign model.
In the early 2160s, Reaper, the flagship of the rogue ex-Spectre Saren Arterius. Sovereign is a devastating dreadnought of unprecedented power. At 2 kilometers long, Sovereign was believed to have been powered by a gigantic Element Zero core, the only energy source potent enough to land the massive vessel on a planet. During the Eden Prime War, the ship unleashed its peerless destructive force against which Citadel Council ships were defenseless. With a virtually indestructible flagship and a crew of fanatic Geth and Krogan, Saren nearly succeeded in wiping out all his enemies. Only the resourcefulness and bravery of the commander and crew of the SSV Normandy stopped him. The overwhelming power of Sovereign ignited bizarre speculation in tabloid media that the vessel was sent by extragalactic invaders, or was, despite indeterminate photographic evidence at best, a single giant robot. Some sources even claimed that Sovereign was alive. Such conjecture, however baseless, remains to this day.
Well, in that case, we gotta go check the shops again to see if anything else has been added. Because I don't know how I missed that.
We had on the elevators.
No.
Come on, remember how we'd all ask you about life on the flotilla? It was an opportunity to share.
This conversation is over.
Tell me again about your immune system.
I have a shotgun.
Maybe we'll talk later.
See, that's the banter I absolutely love between the characters that have been with us for quite some time.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
If I didn't say before, I love the fact that if you don't romance either of these two, they end up together. And it's really freaking adorable. There's some really cute dialogue between them when that happens. Tell me about your immune system. I have a shotgun. I just wanted so much more of that. Like there's a decent amount, but as I've been pointing out, there are times where I want more. I want more! I'm the Varunka Salt of banter. I want more! And I want it now! So now let's go deal with this situation where this jerk of an officer is giving this Quarian a hard time just because she's a Quarian.
I felt her hand go.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to take a statement here.
There's nothing to talk about. She stole my credit chit. Arrest her.
I did not! Just because I'm a Quarian!
I need you to stop and take a deep breath.
You're mocking me, Earth Clan. Just because the Vol Clan need...
It was a poor choice of words, sir. I apologize.
You say you're falsely accused?
I was walking to the used ship dealer when he barged into me outside the Serta Foundation. He didn't stop or say he was sorry. A minute later, he runs up with CSEC and accuses me of stealing his damn chit.
You ran into each other outside the Serta Foundation. Is it possible the chit fell out of his pocket there?
I guess. Sure, all I know is I didn't take it.
Do you spend a lot of time at the used ship dealer?
Yeah, they've got a lot of nice models. I'd like to buy one and take it back to the fleet, but
Your pilgrimage isn't going so well, is it?
no. I came here thinking there'd be a lot of work. EVA stuff, salvage, fixing all the damage the Geth attack caused. Everywhere I went to apply, signs said not hiring Quarians. And the other people would give me mean looks.
You say she stole your credit chit?
She must have. When I left the Certa Foundation store, she ran right into me.
How does running into you mean she stole your credit chit?
That's how pickpockets work. They bump into you and use that as a cover for rifling your pockets. You can't turn your back on these clanless Quarians. Thieves, all of them.
That's
Quarians are only
racist.
forced to steal when people like you won't let them have real jobs.
And to think my taxes pay to support you here. Go back to your fleet, clanless.
I am Clan Zora, crew of the starship Nima, and you are an idiot.
This is why I wanted to bring Tally here.
My first instinct was to help you, but I don't like your attitude.
I don't like the company you keep.
Hey, both of you, calm down. Corton, I know you're upset, but that's no excuse to insult everyone around you.
This guy has no idea that I completely outrank him. He has no idea that I am a Spectre, which completely outranks him. I have more authority than he does. I just want you to remember that.
Are you sure you didn't leave your chit at the Certa Foundation?
Of course not. You think I'd make a mistake like that? I didn't even buy anything there. That chit stayed in my pocket.
Do you know who's telling the truth?
My Omni tool can tell the Quarian doesn't have a chit on her, but she could have stashed it to recover later. You know what Quarians are like. And she's definitely a vagrant. I'll run her in and see what Bailey wants to do with her.
She's not a vagrant, she's on pilgrimage. It's a tradition in which...
Look, you can take your traditions and cram them. Every time a Quarian shows up here, it's trouble.
And you, pal, are terrible at your job.
I'll see if I can find out what happened.
Ma'am, this is a C-Sec matter. We'll do all we can to resolve this. We don't need civilian help. If you do happen to find the chit, please let one of our officers know.
Let's go.
Be careful out there.
I really wish there was more I could do
Like, they take anything.
in terms of actually putting that guy in his place. As I said, I'm a Spectre, and he has no idea about that. He's mouthing off at me about that. And I really wish there was more I could actually do to, like, you know, report this guy to Bailey, get him reprimanded, something. Because once I say that, I tell him to get out of here, and he leaves, I never see him again. And he just gets away with, you know, with being terrible at his job and insulting the Quarian.
Ah, my favorite customer. What can I get you?
A Volus was in here not too long ago. Did he drop a credit chit?
Oh, yes. He bought some environmental system drivers, then left without his chit. I didn't notice he'd left until he was already gone. If you see him, tell him I have it here behind the counter.
Thanks for your time.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Please move along.
You forgot your credit chit at Sidonis Applications. The clerk's holding it for you.
Oh. Well, the Quarian could have stolen it.
I'll close this event report, but I'll be watching you. Get a permanent residence, or I'll run you in for me.
Are you two serious?
What?
You falsely accused this girl of stealing from you. All you have to say now is that she could have stolen it.
Now, just a minute.
And you. She gets harassed and insulted by this guy, and you throw in a threat to arrest her for vagrancy.
How about if I run you in for obstruction of justice?
You think you're gonna run in a Spectre? I think both of you should get out of here.
Son of a...
And that's it.
I wish I could give you something more than words.
Can you take care of yourself from here?
I guess. I mean, most nights I eat nutrient paste in a Turian shelter, but I'm surviving.
Good luck, Liabael.
Thanks.
I really wish there was more to get that guy have, just, oh, that guy just, oh, absolutely infuriates me. And I really wish there was more I could do, like follow up with that. And, I have the authority. Like, why can't I have this guy disciplined for, being horrible at his job there? You saw that, right? That guy does not deserve to have a job at CSEC if that's how he treats other people.
The Forger's thug should be inside.
Just saying. I wish I could go to Bailey and be like, Bailey, I want this guy to be either suspended or outright fired.
They said to go to the warehouse. This is the warehouse.
Fade? You're not quite how I imagined you.
Looks can be deceiving. So, which one of you wants to disappear?
I'd rather see you make someone reappear.
That's not the service we provide.
Make an exception. Just this once.
Damn it. Quick! Shoot them! Shoot them, you lumbering mountains!
Why don't you two find somewhere else to skulk?
Just like that? You're not getting paid for this. What's the point of hiring protection if they won't protect you?
We're looking for someone. A client of yours.
Not mine. I'm not Fade. I just work for him. Sort of.
I knew it.
Well, then maybe you'd like to tell us where to find him.
Yes, of course. He's in the factory district. Works out of the old prefab foundry.
I know the place.
Oh, he's got a lot of mercs there. Blue Suns. Harkin thinks they're protecting him.
How the hell did Harkin end up being the Fade?
Well, he got fired from CSEC a while back. He used his knowledge of CSEC and their systems to help a few people disappear. Then he made himself disappear, and Fade was born, so to speak.
Interesting. But it changes nothing. We still need to find him before we can get to Sidonis.
Well, let's go pay Harkin a visit.
We'll need to go to the transit station. I can get us to him from there.
So I can go?
Sure, but if we don't find Harkin, we'll be back for you.
Oh, good.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a Cision Omnigel converter. He said there'd be one waiting for me.
Do you have a service order?
No, I got the refund, made the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse.
We will see this guy again later. Alright, so who do we take with us? I mean, Tally is an obvious choice here. The shame is that she doesn't provide any extra dialogue, and that's real sad. I really wish there was some extra dialogue here having Tally on this mission, but there really isn't from anyone. Like, it really doesn't matter who you bring with you, honestly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and bring Tally.
There he is.
Shepard? Don't just stand there. Stop them! Stop them!
Run all you want, Harkin. We'll find you.
Come on!
Go for the optics. Go for the optics.
Switch up.
Okay.
Light him up.
Hostile!
Combat rolled away.
Never saw me coming.
Critical system damage. Jet authorization. Reloading powers have engaged. Detecting the hostile forces have engaged.
Harkin's in here somewhere. I can smell him.
Sometimes I actually forget that I'm playing a Vanguard.
Scoped and dropped.
But don't worry, I won't forget once we get to 3. Because as I've been saying, they really cranked up the gameplay in 3. It's one of the things I'll always talk positively about Mass Effect 3.
I need cover.
Combat drone ready.
Force casualty. Member offline. Hostile forces have engaged. Rerouting power.
We're getting close.
Get ready to
No
fight.
thanks.
Sniped that one. Felt that one.
This should soften them up.
Neck overhead. Watch out.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Fire in the hole.
It's going to.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. Woo, I almost completely forgot it did that. Oh, man. I was almost part of a nuclear crater there.
What the hell is Harkin up to?
Forged IDs.
So Harkin's finally gone completely bad.
He was always a pain in the ass, but I'm in no mood for his games. If he doesn't cooperate, I'll beat him within an inch of his life.
You seem to be getting tense, Garrus.
Harkin may know why Sidonis wanted to disappear. If so, he knows why we're here, and I don't want him tipping Sidonis off. Did you see that?
I saw something.
He's getting ready for us.
What do you think Harkin's got waiting for us in there?
Not sure. It looks like an industrial complex, heavy machinery. Could be anything. Something's in there. Probably more blue suns. Harkin's kind of trapped himself in a corner. He must have something in store for us.
What are you gonna do to Harkin if he won't cooperate?
He's a real criminal now, working for the Blue Suns. I should just shoot him on sight. But I need him alive, so I won't do any permanent damage. Just enough to loosen his tongue.
You don't need to hurt him to get what you want.
Don't worry, Harkin's a coward. He'll talk long before I can really hurt him.
You still planning to kill Sidonis when we find him?
That's the plan. It'll be quick and painless, unlike everyone he betrayed. He'll be spared the agony of a slow death. It's more than he deserves, but as long as he's dead, I'll be satisfied.
Garrus, do you really think killing Sidonis will make things right?
I know you don't like it, Shepard, but I have to do this.
Is there no other way?
Maybe, but this is personal. I'll pull the trigger and I'll live with the consequences. All I'm asking is that you help me find him.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Right behind you.
By the way, it's worth noting that based on our conversations with him in the first game and how we kind of direct his line of thinking, he'll actually have different dialogue here based on that. Like, if we ask him, is this how you really want to do it, or do you really want to kill him? He'll say something like, I'm surprised to hear that from you, considering that you were the one who taught me that killing was the best way to go. You know, and that's if we basically follow the renegade line of talk, you know? It's just interesting that they added that in there. You know, showing that there are times where that little extra attention to detail and such is there.
Shepard, I have patched into the warehouse scanners. The crates in the transport carriers overhead are rigged to explode when dropped.
Good to know.
Enemies!
They're all yours, Jatika.
Go get him, Jatika. What? I thought I changed this gun. Ugh, whatever.
Combat drone ready.
Careful. Rerouting power.
Aha. I recalled that there was something over there.
I'm not running from you, Shepard.
Harkin's going to regret this.
mechs, incoming!
Do you really think you can take me down, Shepard?
Combat launch ready.
Alright. Harkin, it's time for a chat.
You'll never make it.
Oh no, raised platforms.
Rerouting power.
Nothing's faster than Dratikavos' paws.
You were close, but not close enough.
So, Fade. Couldn't make yourself disappear, huh?
Come on, Garrus. We can work this out. What do you need?
I'm looking for someone.
Well, I guess we both have something the other one wants.
We're not here to ask favors, Harkin.
You don't say.
You helped a friend of mine disappear. I need to find him.
I might need a little more information than that.
His name was Sidonis. Turian came from the...
I know who he is, and I'm not telling you squat.
Harkin, this doesn't have to be hard.
Screw you. I don't give out client information. It's bad for business.
You know what else is bad for business? A broken neck.
All right. Get off me!
Terminus really changed you, huh, Garrus?
No, but Sidonis opened my eyes. Now arrange a meeting.
I'm going. Yeah, it's me. There's a chance your identity may be compromised. That's why I'm calling. I'm sending an agent. Where do you want to meet? All right, he'll be there. Don't worry, I got it covered. It's all good. He wants to meet you in front of Orbital Lounge, middle of the day. So, if our business is done, I'll be going.
I don't think so. You're a criminal now, Harkin.
So, what? You're just gonna kill me? That's not your style, Garrus.
Kill you? No. But I don't mind slowing you down a little.
You don't need to shoot him. He won't be able to hide from C-Sec now.
I guess it's your lucky day.
Yeah, I hope we could do this again real soon.
I didn't shoot him.
Come on, let's move.
Sidonis better be there, or I'm coming back to finish the job. Harkin's a bloody menace. We shouldn't have just let him go. He deserved to be punished.
Getting a little worried about you, Garrus. You were pretty hard on Harkin.
You don't think he deserved it?
This is not like you.
What do you want from me, Shepard? What would you do if someone betrayed you?
Why don't you take a moment to really listen to Brandon Keener's voice acting in this scene. There are some lines in here where you can tell he's really putting himself into this. Like, I've already praised him a lot, but this is one of those where he just really shines when it shows how good of a voice actor he is at this point. And I guess he was just getting better at it because, well, just listen to him and during this scene.
I'm not sure, but I wouldn't let it change me.
I would have said the same thing before it happened to me.
It's not too late. You don't have to go through with this.
Who's going to bring Sidonis to justice if I don't? Nobody else knows what he's done. Nobody else cares. I don't see any other options.
Let me talk to him.
Talk all you want, but it won't change my mind. I don't care what his reasons were. He screwed us. He deserves to die.
I understand what you're going through, but do you really want to kill him?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm not you.
This isn't you either.
Really? I've always hated injustice. The thought that Sidonis could get away with this? Why should he go on living while 10 good men lie in unmarked graves? I'm sorry, Shepard. Words aren't going to solve this problem. I need to set up. I can get a clear shot from over there.
Just that one line he said where he said, the thought that Sidonis could get away with this? Just, wow. Man, he'd had some really good voice acting during this time. He's just so good. Sorry. I tend to gush about really good voice acting whenever it comes up.
What do you need me to do?
Keep him talking and don't get in my way. I'll let you know when he's in my sights. Give me a signal so I know you're ready, and I'll take the shot. You better go. He'll be here soon.
I'd like to think that during this little ride here, Tali and Shepard share a little moment, like, you know, as two friends, that Tali voices her concern about Garrus to Shepard here as well.
Shepard, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Like I said, these two consider each other to be sisters, so they would share about their friend Garrus.
All right. There he is. Wave him over and keep him talking.
Let's get this over with.
You're in my shot. Move to the side.
It's worth noting that Garrus had Sidonis in his shot a couple times already, and he didn't take the shot, because he could have. While Sidonis was just sitting there, he could have taken the shot right there. But he held off and told Shepard to go ahead and get him in position, because Garrus doesn't really want to do this. And he's kind of hoping that Shepard's going to stop him. Because, well, Garrus may be in a number of things, but one thing he's not is a straight-up murderer. And while he may want justice for his team that he feels he let down, this is not something he really wants to do. Not really.
Listen, Sidonis. I'm here to help you.
Don't ever say that name aloud.
I'm a friend of Garrus's. He wants you dead, but I'm hoping that's not necessary.
Garrus, is this some kind of joke?
Damn it, Shepard. If he moves, I'm taking the shot.
You're not kidding, are you? Screw this. I'm not sticking around here to find out. Tell Garrus I had my own problems.
Don't move.
Get off me!
I'm the only thing standing between you and a hole in the head.
Fuck. Look, I didn't want to do it. I didn't have a choice.
Everyone has a choice.
They got to me. Said they'd kill me if I didn't help. What was I supposed to do?
Let me take the shot, Shepard. He's a damn coward.
That's it? You were just trying to save yourself?
I know what I did. I know they died because of me. I have to live with that. I wake up every night, sick and sweating. Each of their faces staring at me, accusing me. I'm already a dead man. I don't sleep. Food has no taste. Some days, I just want it to be over.
Just give me the chance.
You gotta let it go, Garrus. He's already paying for his crime.
He hasn't paid enough. He still has his life.
Look at him, Garrus. He's not alive. There's nothing left to kill.
My men, they deserved better.
Tell Garrus... I guess there's nothing I can say to make it right.
Just go. Tell him to go.
He's giving you a second chance, Sidonis. Don't waste it.
I'll try, Garrus. I'll make it up to you somehow.
And he never does.
Fucking damn.
I'm sorry, that's one of the things that always irked me. He never comes up again. Not even in 3. Not one reference as far as I can recall. I kept waiting for him to show up to help out Garrus at some point. Nope. Never hear from Sidonis again.
I know you want to talk about this, but I don't. Not yet.
I know it didn't go the way you planned, but I think it's for the best.
I'm not so sure.
Give it time.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be enough. I want to know I did the right thing, not just for me. For my men. They deserve to be avenged. But when Sidonis was in my sights, I just couldn't do it.
There's a quote coming up here from Garrus that I really, really like.
The lines between good and evil blur when we're looking at people we know.
Yeah, there was still good in him. I could see it. So much easier to see the world in black and white. Gray. I don't know what to do with gray.
That's the quote. It's so much easier to see the world in black and white. But gray, I don't know what to do with gray. I feel like Garrus could have definitely agreed with the way Samara goes about things as a Justicar. She did tell us that the Justicar's way of thinking is very black and white. So, but, yeah.
You gotta go with your instincts.
My instincts are what got me into this mess.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thanks, Shepard. For everything. Let's get going. I need some distance from this place.
I'm with you.
Garrus's traitor has been found and dealt with, leaving Garrus clear-headed for mission. Operatives in CSEC will ensure no criminal charges are filed against him or Shepard. May be able to co-opt Harkin's criminal network, sending agents to investigate. So I can either make it wider, or I can make it stronger in a long path. I actually like the idea of making it have a wider radius. Just hits more in a wider area. I'm holding off on putting anything here because I want to unlock more of the extra powers. Plus now Garrus has this. So, yep. Now we'll give him his new armor there. The blue and black. Really like that. Let me do this for a moment just to get the dialogue from Edie. I'm trying to get to Trigger.
According to CSEC reports, Harkin was taken into custody and charges are pending.
That's the least that bastard deserves.
Also, according to CSEC, a drill recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
We won't be doing that. We're going to be putting that off for a little while.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Tally seems very distraught after receiving a message. Maybe you could check in on her down in engineering. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care. Commander, you might want to speak with Tally. She seems very worried about something.
feed the fish. I'm going to go back to places like Ilium to repurchase them, just to kind of help make sure. Because I'm still trying to get the trigger where Kelly is like, hey, I'll feed your fish for you. If it still doesn't work, I'm going to have to, like, go to the wiki page and look it up.
I haven't had a meal that good in a long time.
I didn't think Rupert had it in him.
So now, it's time for the conversation that will trigger the romance between Shepard and Garrus.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sidonis. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
You actually think we'll find something worse than Collectors or Reapers?
I like to expect the worst. There's a small chance I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. Your people don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
By the way, going back to what I was saying earlier about how I thought that little brief alone time with Shepard and Tally while Garrus was getting set up, I would like to imagine that Tally at one point said to Shepard, "Don't let him go through with this, Shepard. Try to talk him out of it." Like, Tally just wanted to vocalize her concern about Garrus to Shepard. Because, like I said, Shepard and the women in her crew, Shepard has come to care about them like as if they were her own sisters. You know, especially like Tally, Liara, Ashley, and now some of the others on this ship in this game are also being drawn into the Shepard family, as I like to refer to it as. So yeah, like they have very close trust and such, to the point where, of course, Tally would be able to have Shepard's ear in that regard. Plus, of course, you know, they feel the same way about each other. Tally, as you know, and Garrus are also very close friends as well. So of course, Tally would want to, you know, be there to help out Garrus as well and show concern for him, just like Shepard did.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about trekking Saren to Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some Geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
Honestly, Garrus, what do you think our chances are?
Honestly? The Collectors killed you once, and all they did is piss you off. I can't imagine they'll stop you this time. But an unmapped area, advanced technology, and the Collectors. We're going to lose people. No way around that. Not a happy analysis, I know. Don't worry. I won't spread it around. And I'm with you regardless.
Do you ever regret leaving CSEC or the Turian military?
Not for a minute. When it comes down to it, Shepard, I don't think I'm a very good Turian. When a good Turian hears a bad order, he follows it. He might complain, but he knows his place. I just don't see the point in staying quiet and polite. Not when the galaxy is at stake.
How do Turian crews get ready for high-risk missions?
With violence, usually. Turian ships have more operational discipline than your alliance, but fewer personal restrictions. Our commanders run us tight, and they know we need to blow off steam. Turian ships have training rooms for exercise, combat sims, even full-contact sparring. Whatever lets people work off stress.
You mean Turian ships have crewmen fighting each other before a mission?
It's supervised, of course. Nobody's going to risk an injury that interferes with the mission, and it's a good way to settle grudges amicably. I remember right before one mission, we were about to hit a Batarian pirate squad. Very risky. This recon scout and I had been at each other's throats. Nerves, mostly. She suggested we settle it in the ring.
I assume you took her down gently?
Actually, she and I were the top-ranked hand-to-hand specialists on the ship. I had reach, but she had flexibility. It was brutal. After 9 rounds, the judge called it a draw. There were a lot of unhappy bettors in the training room. We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters. I had reach, but she had flexibility. More than one way to work off stress, I guess.
And now, here is the option that triggers the romance with Garrus. If you do not select this, it is then not possible to to be able to do it going forward. If you miss this, you have to reload before this conversation. Just FYI. So if you are planning on having a romance with Garrus with your FemShep, you got to make sure you pick this choice here and now. And you have to also make a certain choice in the next bit of dialogue.
It sounds like you're carrying some tension. Maybe I could help you get rid of it.
I didn't think you'd feel like sparring, Commander.
I love that he at first just thinks, oh, she wants to spar. He's not even thinking that about what she really means by that, or that she's, coming on to him and hitting on him. So that's why I love that you then have to make sure, if you say it wouldn't bother me, it won't, it doesn't go forward with the romance. But if you say, that's not what I meant.
What if we skipped right to the tiebreaker? We could test your reach and my flexibility.
Oh, I didn't. Never knew you had a weakness for men with scars. Well, why the hell not? There's nobody in this galaxy I respect more than you, and if we can figure out a way to make it work, then yeah, definitely.
As you will come to see as we continue through it, it does have quite a bit of awkwardness, and just at times it gets kind of a little silly, and at times Garrus can be a bit of a dork, but I have always found it to be incredibly adorable. Seriously, like there are times where he's just like all nervous and just like not really sure what to do, and unsure about the whole thing, and it gets a little awkward. But I've always found it very, very adorable, very cute, and that's one of the things I like about the romance between the two of them. Plus, there are times where Brandon Keener absolutely turns on the charm. You know what I mean? So, like that line there where he says, I didn't know you had a thing for men with scars. Just, and that's going to come up later on. Like, I just love the little bits of dialogue, and Brandon Keener absolutely sells it. Just does. There's a reason he became such a fan favorite after this, partly because of how this romance went, and the way Brandon Keener just does the voice acting is just wonderful. So, we'll follow up on this after the next mission, when the next bit of dialogue can be triggered. But, yeah, there are some lines in this I've never forgotten that I thought was just great. Like, he'll have something suave there like, oh, I didn't know you had a weakness for men with scars. And then followed up with, well, there's nobody in this entire galaxy that I respect more than you. Which is a really sweet thing to say, really. Like I said, we'll get more so when we talk to him next time. But for now, let's find out what's wrong with Tali. What's bothering her?
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the Migrant Fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Nobody who knows you could believe you'd betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
I mean, it's like I was saying earlier. Shepard sees Tali as her little sister, who she feels very protective of. A very, big sister, I'm going to protect my little sister kind of way. Shepard is very big sister when it comes to protecting and watching over Tali. So when she hears about this, she's absolutely 100% going to back up Tali like she's her family, which Shepard considers Tali family at this point. So of course she's going to fully back her and be like, there is no way you are a traitor. And just reinforce that to Tali, of how much Shepard believes in Tali and backs her up.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now.
Yeah.
The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
As I said, this upcoming mission for Tally is one of my absolute favorite missions in the entire game, and I'll elaborate more as to why when we actually do it. But we're not going to do it until after we've done Legion's loyalty mission, because there's actually an extra bit of dialogue you can get after you've done Legion's loyalty mission in reference to the heretics and such. So, but it's just, I'm letting you guys know. Be sure to be on the lookout for that episode when it comes out, if you see this before that, because if you like that, I really want, it's one of the things I've been very excited to show you guys, so.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the Migrant Fleet again.
So no prison and no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration. Monitored work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile can still have children, and those children are welcomed back to the fleet.
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians. She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate gang.
Was she convicted?
No. She made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my innocence that way.
So how does the trial work? How soon do we need to get you there?
They'll wait a reasonable period of time for me to come and defend myself. Eventually, if I don't show up, they'll try me in absentia. As for how it works, it's less formal than an Earth trial or something you'd see on the Citadel. We're family. This is just the worst kind of family meeting.
Okay, let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
To which Shepard would have said, if there was more dialogue there, if she said, I didn't think there'd be time, Shepard would have immediately cut her off and been like, Tally, look at me. You are my sister. I will absolutely be there for you, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. Like I said, very protective big sister. The flotilla, or the Migrant Fleet, is a fleet of roughly 50,000 starships that houses over 17 million Quarians, the largest collection of starfaring vessels in the galaxy. The fleet is so large that it may take days for all the ships to pass through a mass relay. The ships are constantly repaired, replaced, and upgraded to comfortably house as many Quarians as possible. Typically, ships specialize in roles for the fleet, from the enormous agricultural live ships to the shielded lab ships to the repurposed freighters known as home ships that house Quarian children, young parents, and educators. Employed Quarians typically live in the ship they work on, since commuting from ship to ship ties up resources with unnecessary docking procedures. Even within the flotilla, Quarians on most ships will remain encased in their protective suits. Rarely Quarians will meet on clean ships for specific purposes, such as medical services or reproduction. When this occurs, they remove their suits, knowing full well that it is likely they will spend a few days having allergic reactions or getting over infections as their weakened immune systems compensate for each other's presence. Yep. So, we now have every loyalty mission in our journal. So, at some point I obviously want to do the Shadow Broker DLC as well as the Arrival DLC. I'm just thinking about when to do that. I'm so excited about showing you guys what happens when we take Legion to Tally's mission that I'm actually considering that the very next thing we're going to be doing is Legion's mission and then Tally's mission. However, there is something important, is that once I do both of those, I have to make sure I have a specific check. And what I mean by that is this right here. I have to make sure this is as high as it could be at that time in order to make sure I can pass the check that happens when they have their little confrontation. It's the same thing when Miranda and Jack have their confrontation. So, there is a mod I actually added that when you do the choice for the Overlord DLC, that you actually will get points, because before you apparently didn't get points for that. And I guess that was a bug or something. So there was a mod that actually fixed that and gave you points for that. So, I don't know. It's something that I'm actually considering doing before we do some other loyalty missions at some point. It's something I'm working on and trying to figure out and decide when to go ahead and do these in what order. So possibly the next mission we'll probably be doing is dealing with the heretics. No, this is not Warhammer 40k. Dealing with the heretics and the Geth. Stay tuned.